Today, I would like to share with you a very unforgettable experience of injuring my own neck. About 10 years ago, there were some very serious conflicts inside my team. I still remember when those conflicts continued and became more and more intense. One day, I suddenly woke up and found that my neck was in severe pain. I could hardly move it. Even the smallest movement was painful. And something very interesting happened. When I went to see the doctor asked me one question. He said, "Are you very stubborn? Are you facing a great deal of pressure right now?" In that moment, it was as if my whole being woke up, because the neck represents the connection between the head and the whole body. It also represents the connection between thoughts and emotions. It represents the relationship between reason and action. So discomfort in the neck may often represent the point where inner contradictions begin to erupt. Usually, this may be related to being too stubborn, to lacking flexibility. It may also be related to being too attached to something, insisting too much, holding too tightly to one's own view, not wanting to turn, and also being unable to turn, wanting to change direction but unable to do so. And so, the muscles of the neck may become very tense. They may even develop severe pain. In serious situations, there may also be injury, fracture, or other problems. And at that time, this was exactly my situation. I felt that between myself and other people's expectations, pressure, and responsibilities, there was a very deep conflict. As a result, my neck erupted with this emotion. It was very stiff, very painful, very heavy, and very exhausting. It was a feeling of being unable to turn. It was also a feeling of being unable to turn back and look at myself, because the neck is originally able to turn left and right with flexibility, to move up and down. But when we face major conflicts in life, such as the breakdown of a relationship, a major choice, a turning point in life, or when I need to make a much larger change in direction, but I find it difficult and I cannot do it, the shoulders and neck may express the inner feeling of not knowing how to face it, the feeling of being unable to change, the fear of transformation, or perhaps a deep conflict between reason and emotion. This may also be a state of emotional blockage, a state of being chained, unable to move forward, unable to trust the team, unable to trust the environment. At that time, this was exactly what I was experiencing. Of course, when I looked back later, I also saw another very important interpretation. Actually, at that time, if I had been able to be more humble, willing to admit mistakes, willing to acknowledge failure, willing to take responsibility, and even willing to surrender, perhaps there would still have been room for the situation to turn around. And yet, at the same time, the me at that time was also extremely stubborn. The neck also represented my refusal to lower my head, and it also represented my inability to lift my head and take responsibility. It was a state of placing too much importance on self-respect. It was also an inner tension of refusing to yield. So at that time, there was a very deep wound inside me. I could not process it. And in the end, that charitable organization came to an end. That experience gave me a very deep lesson, because the neck is a very important part of the body. So, if there is any discomfort in the neck, we can first try to allow ourselves to relax, sit upright, gently close our eyes, take a deep breath. Then ask ourselves gently, could there be some place in me where I am being too stubborn, too insistent? Could I be carrying too much responsibility? Could I be too attached to the way I see myself? Could I be too afraid of certain changes? Could I be placing too many demands on myself? Is there some conflict between my reason and my emotions? Is there something I feel I should do, but emotionally I actually feel very wronged, very resistant, unable to move forward? So all of this is worth slowly looking at. Of course, these psychosomatic observations are not absolute medical diagnoses. They only offer some different possibilities, different dimensions, so that we can examine ourselves with more gentleness. The body and mind have many layers and many different aspects. So now, try to give yourself a warm embrace. Thank your shoulders and neck. Gently say to them, "Thank you, thank you. I will listen to your needs more deeply. I will care for you more gently. You deserve to be healthier, more flexible, more comfortable, happier, and more joyful. Thank you, thank you."